Okay, so these are all of my bronzers and my kits where it might have other stuff in it. So it's maybe a duo, trio, quad, etc. Figured I would throw them into this one because I have less bronzers than I do highlighters and blush. So I'll close these. I just wanted to kind of show the inside. If you haven't seen my declutters before, I like to be as ruthless as possible because I do get a lot of these things sent to me, and so if I didn't declutter twice a year all of my collection, I would just have too much. And obviously that is an awesome problem to have. I'm not complaining about that. I love that part of my job and my hobby here on YouTube, but at the same time, it can be very overwhelming. So it really is nice to just go through and really think about what am I loving, what am I using, and what am I not, and really just weeding those things out. So as I've mentioned, I like to look at my whole collection and think, okay, if I were shopping and all of these are in front of me, what would I buy again? I love so much that I would buy again. So first thing that stands out is this Chanel bronzer. It's one of those that it was so hyped for years, and I was like, that's so dumb. Why do people love it? And then I tried it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally use it every single day. I love it. Now, I have a dupe for you right off the bat. So I'm definitely gonna keep this, and I'm definitely keeping the dupe. It's actually an e.l.f. product, and it's a duo of theirs, and it's like their water aqua infused line, and it's a cream, but this bronzer, the palette is called Bronzed Pink Beige, and this bronzer right here, it's like a cream to powder kind of feel to it, let me swatch that. So that's the e.l.f. one, right? This Chanel one, they are like the exact same product. Now the Chanel one is maybe a little bit creamier, and they're not exactly the same shade, but they are really, really close, and they look the same on the skin. They stay the same amount of time. They give the same effect where you want to look bronzed, but you want to look healthy. You don't want to look like it's a bunch of powder everywhere, and that is why I think people love this. That's why I love it. But this e.l.f. one is just as amazing. So if you're looking to get something, or maybe you're thinking about getting the Chanel one, but you want to try it first, just try the e.l.f. one. Honestly, you probably won't even buy the Chanel one because the e.l.f. is really good. I just wish that they sold this duo with, well, as not a duo. I wish they just sold that single pan really big. That would be amazing. So what else would I repurchase right away? I would repurchase the butter bronzer again and again. It is so nice. I have the one that's the light bronzer. It smells like coconuts. It's just such a natural bronzy color on my skin tone. You can't even see it when I swatch it. It is so incredible. Packaging is fun. I broke this little thing though, so that drives me nuts, but it doesn't really matter, but it still drives me nuts. But I'm definitely keeping that. The Nars Laguna bronzer, I do like. And I will say, I used to have the duo and I got rid of it because I liked just having a big bronzer, because I usually use a bigger brush. I like to just be able to swirl it all in. Whereas when it's those duos, I'm so less likely to use it. That's kind of what I've learned about myself. So love this, definitely keeping it. Another one that I love is this e.l.f. contour palette. I talked about it, my best and worst of e.l.f. for this year, for 2017. It's just an amazing palette. It's not shimmery at all. There's not really any glitter to it. It's just a really great palette for a natural contour, natural bronze, you know, highlight under your eyes, set your under eye powder, etc. It's just so great. I love it. So definitely keeping that. It's a gem. One that I think I'm getting rid of now that I have filmed that e.l.f. video is this duo. I really like it. It's a great, like I've worn this blush recently. It does kick up a lot of powder. The bronzer's good too, but I feel like I just never use them. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna pass them on just because they're just getting lost in my collection. They're not bad at all. In fact, they're really good, but they're just not getting used. So I'm gonna pass it on to someone that will use it. So now let's just kind of go through one by one, because I feel like now I'm at the point where all of this is stuff that I really do like, but it's not necessarily something I would go buy right now. So I wanna see whether or not I should keep it or not. So let's start here. This is the IT Cosmetics genifique Waa Quad. Love the huge mirror. I like to actually travel with this for that mirror alone. But it really is an amazing product. Again, because I have so much, I am never using this and I want to use it because it is, all four of these powders are so good. So the only thing I'll say is I feel like the bronzer, it'll swatch okay, but I feel like it doesn't actually show up when you apply it with a brush. So I don't know what that's about. I want to investigate. It also shows fingerprints like crazy, but I'm going to keep this. I want to actually use it now. This is one from Salma Hayek's line called Nuance, like that's the makeup brand. I don't know. I just have no desire. It's a classic duo where the pink is way too bright for me. The bronzer's okay. I think I'm just gonna pass it on. I don't like there's no delineation between the two. I don't like that they're right next to each other like that. Again, that's my own personal preference, but I'm gonna pass that on. This Sweet Peach Glow I just got, so I want to try out some more. I was pretty impressed with the highlight here. It's like incredible. Of course, it smells like peaches. This blush is gorgeous. This is kind of a bronzery shade, but it really is more like a highlight. Let me just kind of swatch it there. There you go. It's pretty. Again, I just haven't gotten any use out of it because I just got it. So these Rimmel ones, I think I'm going to pass on. I might keep one just for reference. But even still, they weren't bad, but they didn't wow me. I like that they open this way. I don't know why that is like exciting to me, but I was thinking it would open that way, and I was like, but I love that it opens that way. If I were to keep one or even recommend one, this one's a little bit too light for me, and I have pretty fair skin. I like the blush actually, but this bronzer's way too light. And kind of, I don't know, like orangey and patchy. So this is one I would pass on. This is the one in Golden Sand, so that's an easy one to say goodbye to. This one's a little too dark for me. Very chocolatey bronzer. It'd look beautiful on some people with a deeper skin tone, but much too dark for me. This one's in Golden Bronze, so I'll pass that one on. This one is in Coral Glow, and it's about the only one that was just right. It's like the Goldilocks effect. But it doesn't really do much. The blush was nice, but again, nothing I can't already find. It's kind of fluorescent-y, and I didn't love that, so I'm just gonna pass it on. Moving on, this is my Marc Jacobs Duo in Mirage filter. I do like this. Again, it keeps getting lost in my collection because I have too much, so I need to wipe off my swatches. Just a really simple contour, and not a highlight, but like, well, kind of, but a totally matte one, so it's great for setting your under eye, and it's got that kind of yellow tone like a banana powder, so I do like this. I wish it weren't so darn big though. This is an easy one to get rid of. It's the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination, which is my favorite powder foundation, but it's a really deep color, and so I put it in my bronzers, but it doesn't quite look right. It's just not quite right as a bronzer, so I'm going to pass it on to someone that will actually use it. I'm going to pass this e.l.f. Baked Bronzer on. I talked about it, my e.l.f. Best and Worst. It's just doesn't really do much. It's a little bit too shimmery. It's kind of got this hard pan on top, so it's just going to go. This one as well, way too shimmery. It's the Rimmel Natural Bronzer, but it's in number 020 Sunshine, and it's so shiny and like light, and it's just not quite right, so I'm gonna pass that one on. Good, Jessica, you're getting rid of a lot. Go girl, go girl. All right, this Sigma one I'm gonna also pass on. It's called In the Saddle Aura Powder, and I don't know, it's a little bit too deep for me. I don't need anything that bronze, so that one's gonna go. It's not a bad product, just not the right shade. This Pure, this is the Estee Edit. I liked this. It had like a splatter of like this shimmer to it at one point, but I liked that it was a little bit lighter of a shade. I can actually use it with my skin tone, so I actually will keep that one. This Hourglass one, I love. And I've gone through I have so many Hourglass products, and this is one that I get so excited when I see. I love the fake marble. I heard someone complaining about the packaging, but I'm like, what? Like, it's not gonna be real marble. Like, that would just be insane. And I just thought I think it is the cutest packaging, and it doesn't show fingerprints like all of their other products do. Like, I have my trio right here, and those fingerprints, they're not coming off. Like, I swear, it's just always a mess. And so I loved this new packaging. But I like that it's got some kind of highlighty ones, some kind of bronzery shades, and then some blushes. I usually just mix them all together, honestly. They're just really pretty, finely milled powders, comfortable to wear, kind of foolproof, and I just love it. And it's got a nice big mirror, so I'm definitely keeping that. These Bite Multi-Sticks, I'm gonna pass on. These are bronzer shades. They sent these to me a while ago. I just don't ever use them. This one's in Blondie. And again, if you had a deeper skin tone, or if you really like these kinds of products, you'd like them because they're not bad. This one's in Cocoa. They're really, really pigmented. You can wear them anywhere. That's why they're called multi-sticks. But they're ones that, you know, I'm just not ever using those colors, so it's just time. These two Too Faced ones, I have the Milk Chocolate Soleil and I have the Chocolate Soleil. In the light, they almost look the same. Hey, you can kind of see me. This is just a hair deeper, but it's hardly deeper. So I'm thinking I might get rid of the Milk Chocolate Soleil because it's really, I mean, it's almost too light. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not, it's almost just like a regular face powder. Whoa, almost like a regular face powder for me. I loved the idea behind it though, because there are so many bronzers that are way too dark for super fair. So I like the idea behind it, but I'm gonna pass that one on, and I think I'll just keep the regular Chocolate Soleil. Then I've got my Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder in medium. This is the second one I've had of this. If I'm ever really truly wanting to contour, which I don't do very often, but for when I do, this is the one that I reach for more than anything. So that's a definite keeper. There's a reason I've had more than one of those. Last two, this is this Too Faced one and Sweethearts bronzer. I don't know. I keep trying to force myself to use this and it never looks great on my skin. It does have a shimmer to it, which I don't hate, but I don't know. It just never looks right on me. So I'm going to pass that one on. And then lastly is this Pure one, which I love so much. It's just the perfect tone. You can just get the matte part, which is what I usually do, or you can get the shimmery part, or you can mix them. And I just think this is such an amazing bronzer. It's called Glow Together. I love it. So here's everything I'm keeping, and then this delineates, this is what I'm getting rid of. I think, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that I'm getting rid of, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 and 13, that's so crazy. In my blush one, I got rid of 15 blushes and kept 15, so it's just funny. I've gotten rid of exactly half of my bronzers slash like trios, duos, etc. So I think that's pretty good. These are all ones, just looking at what I'm keeping, these are all ones that make me happy, that I look at and I think, yes, like I could use any one of those any day and I would be happy. Whereas these are ones that they're either kind of like, or when I look at it, it doesn't just bring me joy, so it's just time to get rid of. So I feel very good about this Declutter. Very good. My highlighting one, I got rid of a good amount, but not quite half, so I'm really glad to be back on the 50% wagon here. So if you enjoyed this Declutter, definitely check out my other ones that I have on my channel. I've got millions and millions. Okay, that is an exaggeration, but I have a lot, so I will link that playlist below. I hope you'll subscribe so that you can see all of my future ones. I've got a lot coming up, and I'm constantly in a state of decluttering, so I would say probably twice a year I end up decluttering my whole collection, just because I do get so much in, both from buying them to review and also just from companies. So hopefully you enjoyed. I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!